Hello, my name is Macy. I do sports. I love sports.
Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Fatih.
And I'm Lisa Booker. We have a packed show for you tonight, starting off with a new food truck here on campus.
And a national news update you will not want to miss.
But before we dive into tonight's news, I have been loving the cooler temperatures we've had on campus today.
I couldn't agree more. It is finally starting to feel like fall.
Well, let's check in with our weather anchor, Dennis Kaya, to see if we can expect these temperatures to stick around.
Good afternoon, Rebels. I'm Dennis Kaya, out here surveying the weather. It's pretty clear and the temperature is cooling down and it's a little sunny, but we'll get more on that. Back to the desk with you.
If you've been looking for a place to live, you know that housing is very limited in Oxford.
NewsWatch reporter Alexia Andrzejczyk has more on how this issue is being combated.
Lack of affordable housing in Oxford is not an issue that is going away anytime soon. With the influx of students and a lack of housing, residents are forced to pay higher prices. Inspired by his own struggle finding housing, Oxford local Duncan Gray took the initiative to create what he calls an affordable housing trust fund that is collecting donations to support the local nonprofit organizations that help people with house insecurities.
We thought it would be better to go ahead and try to support the organizations that are already doing that work right now.
I'm here at one of the local organizations called Doors of Hope Transition Ministries. They assist families who are homeless or at risk in the Lafayette County area. Let's take a look inside to see how this new funding could impact their services. Doors of Hope Director Mary Margaret Andrews says,
well, the more money that we have, the more people that we can help. Last year we helped 70 families stay housed, and the need was greater than that.
Although the Housing Trust Fund may not fix the issue of affordable housing, Gray is hopeful that it will be a start to combating it.
It's going to take a willingness, for everyone to come to the table and have some real honest conversations about their role in this and what they can do to support each other.
The city of Oxford has pledged $15,000 to the fund, with $5,000 reserved for marketing when the trust fund is ready. Donations to the fund are also being accepted online at createfoundationfcsuite.com. For NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Alexia Anderchek.
On Tuesday, September 2nd, the university unveiled a Mississippi Freedom Trail plaque at the Fulton Chapel. The plaque commemorates a 1970 campus protest against racial discrimination and honors the Ole Miss 8, who bravely read out the Black Student Union's 27 demands for inclusivity on campus over 50 years ago. 4 of the 8 returned to campus for the plaque's reveal, where they shared their stories about their experience. They highlighted that this historical marker serves as a reminder of the university's past difficulties, while also illustrating how much the culture has improved.
Last Tuesday, the Oxford Board of Aldermen held a public hearing for the city's fiscal year 2026 budget. The new budget includes a 3% cost of living adjustment for city employees. Project revenue is an estimated $51 million for the new budget. The largest portion of the budget is public safety, which accounts for more than 50% of the funds. The Oxford Police and Fire Department collectively asked the city for more than $20 million. The Board of Aldermen will vote on the budget and millage rate during a special meeting on September 10th at 4 p.m.
One thing Oxford is known for is roundabouts. In fact, I watched a video in class today on how to properly navigate one. With 32 roundabouts within the city limits, Oxford residents are no strangers to this traffic staple. However, one roundabout is causing buzz because it was late to start construction on North Lamar and Molly Bar Road. This project was supposed to begin construction over the summer, but had a delayed start in August after many students had already returned to town. This project is now set to be completed this December.
Oxford has recently adopted a new dress code policy for all city employees. Under this new policy, all employees are expected to maintain a clean and professional appearance while on duty. Additionally, this policy establishes specific guidelines for each department. This new dress code is just for office and public-facing employees, as department-issued and uniforms are still mandatory required.
Cyberbullying is a huge issue facing young people today.
NewsWatch reporter Hannah Baker has more on the epidemic.
Scrolling through social media, it's something that we all do. A quick check-in, a few likes, even a comment. But one post can change everything. What starts as just words on a screen can turn into something much worse.
It's very easy for somebody to sit behind a phone or a computer screen and send out threatening or harassing or derogatory information, and they think because of the way they're doing it, it's a lot harder to catch them.
Administrative Sergeant Mark Smith tells me the Oxford Police Department investigates several cyberbullying cases. A survey recorded by Comparitech shows that 1/5 of all bullying occurs through social media.
It makes me feel sad, just especially because I'm a freshman. We're all so new here, and we don't really, we're all trying to make friends and be our best. And so it's sad seeing people get bullied for no reason.
I spoke with Professor Brad Conaway. He has come to know the ins and outs of social media, not only how it works, but the psychology behind its users.
They don't see people on the other side of the internet as real people. That's the psychological effect, is they see them as a cartoon character, just a face and a name.
But how can parents and students take actions to prevent it and handle it? Sergeant Smith says law enforcement has gotten better at identifying and treating cyberbullying crimes, and there is a procedure people can follow.
They should come to the police department, they should file a report, let us investigate, which would be the next step to determine is there criminal activity, who's involved, who are the suspects.
A recent rumor led to cyberbullying against one Ole Miss student and her boyfriend. Instead of letting it get to her, she decided to advocate for cyberbullying victims. She and her support team created a GoFundMe with proceeds going towards other victims.
And as much time as we spend online, it's hard to stop and say, who is the person behind this? What is really going on here?
For NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Hannah Baker.
Well, enough about that. Let's see how tonight's weather is working out instead. Dennis, can you tell us a little bit about tonight's conditions?
Yeah, of course. Well, tonight's conditions, just like you guys said, it's starting to cool down a little bit, and we're transitioning into the fall. It's going to be just a little bit windy, but still pretty cool, around the 60s. But we'll get right back with that after sports.
Sometimes in life, in order to move forward, it helps to look back.
To learn from the pioneers and trailblazers.
To gain inspiration from those who came before us.
To show us what it means to act with empathy and to show that love has no labels.
Join WWE and Love Has No Labels throughout the year in celebrating people from all communities and heritages.
Because when love has no labels,
that's a love we can all fight for.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Good afternoon, Rebels. I'm your brand new weather anchorman, Dennis Kaya, here to talk about today's weather. So here we are. We're looking at a nice, 81 degrees today. It's pretty sunny. High of wind speed of around 10 miles an hour, blowing in from the northeast, and zero precipitation. It is dry as a desert. More on that. Around the region of northern Mississippi, we're starting to cool down around with other places like Holly Springs and stuff in the low 80s. But transitioning towards tonight, as I mentioned earlier, it's a low of 61. It's mostly cloudy with winds blowing from the northeast at a low of 6 miles per hour. And again, it's going to be real dry. There's no rain. So good luck growing plants because there's no sun or water. So, and as I've mentioned before, we can move through. Tomorrow it's going to get even more hotter, and throughout the week it's just going to get even worse. Tomorrow's 85, clear skies, higher winds, which are cooling the days down a little bit, but like the main temp for the day is going to be pretty hot, so I'd stay cool. But tomorrow's our only day where we're going to have a little chance of rain. There's 32% chance, so please pray on it, because here we'll look through the rest of the region here. You can see here it's getting even more hotter. We're starting to get hotter here, especially in Tupelo down here. But yeah, here's what we're looking at for the rest of the week. As you can see, we're just getting even hotter and hotter and hotter. So, right, I'm sorry, man, but this is just a real hot week for Oxford, Mississippi. So, yeah, how do you guys feel about the weather so far?
Yeah, the weather's pretty good. I mean, it's a little hot, but it's not too bad. What about you, Fati?
I'm a little disappointed to hear it's getting hotter, but I know fall is coming soon. So.
Yeah, just look towards fall, that's all.
Exactly.
Yeah, but speaking of good weather, I mean, we got some good weather going in for especially Saturday, a big game day in the Grove. So let's head over for Macy for some sports updates.
Yeah, well, it's getting a little closer to fall, so y'all know what that means. Ole Miss sports are ramping up. With football 2 games into the season and other sports starting play, it's an exciting time to be a Rebel. Check back in after the break to hear about early season successes and upcoming games.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Hey Rebs, and welcome back to Sports Watch. I'm Macy Ivy here with all of your Ole Miss updates. This past Saturday, Ole Miss football defeated the Kentucky Wildcats at Kroger Field with a final score of 30-23. This was a revenge game for the Rebels after losing a close game last year due to a missed field goal. The first quarter was a slow start for the Rebels as 2 interceptions in 4 drives by Austin Simmons put the Wildcats up 7-0. In the second quarter, after Harrison Wallace III was tripped up at the 1-yard line, a rush by Keywan Lacey put the Rebs on the board 10-7. The fourth quarter started with a 27-20 lead for the Rebs, but a 33-yard run by Lacey and a 36-yard field goal sealed the deal and put the final score at 30-23 Ole Miss. The Rebels will continue SEC play as they take on Arkansas this upcoming Saturday at home at 6 p.m. And taking things over to the court, Ole Miss volleyball defeated Wyoming this past Saturday 3-1 at the SDSU Invitational. In the first set, Malia Johnson started with a pair of kills to give the Rebs a 10-9 lead. Wyoming answered with a 4-0 run and ended up finishing the set 25-21. A hot start in the second set by the Rebels gave them a 25-16 win with the help of Kirsten Carlton, who had 7 kills. Wyoming was pretty fired up in the third set and gained a 10-4 advantage. After a bit of a tug-of-war, the Cowgirls ended the set 25-22. To end the match once and for all, Ole Miss regained their momentum going into the fourth set, starting with an 11-5 lead. Tessa Jones tallied 3 blocks, and the Rebels rolled their way to a 25-12 win. The Rebs will travel to Coral Gables, Florida, where they will take on Miami this Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central, and it will be streamed on ACCNX. Ole Miss men's golf started off their 2025 season at the Visit Knoxville Collegiate, finishing 828 and 12 under, with 4 players finishing top 15. Cohen Trulio tied his career best, carding a 3-round total of 204. Cameron Tankersley was the only Rebel to finish under par, shooting 4 under on the weekend. Daniel Toff, the freshman from Sweden, had a hole-in-one and shot 3 under in his final round to finish the tournament at even par. Tankersley, Toff, and Tom Fisher finished 209 and 1 under, tying them at 15, with the Rebels finishing second to close the tournament. The Rebels will return to their home course for the Honors Course Collegiate September 15th and 16th. Ole Miss women's tennis has released their schedule for the 2025 season, with the Rebels set to play in 8 events. This will be the first season for Grant Roberts as head coach, who was previously the assistant and associate head coach. To open the season, select Rebels will travel to Montgomery, Alabama for the Blue-Gray Invitational on September 12th through the 14th. One tournament you might want to circle on your calendar is the ITA Sectionals, which is November 6th through the 9th in Baton Rouge. This is also overlapped by the Vanderbilt Invite, which other select Rebels will be sent to compete in. And if you want to look at the schedule for yourself, you can find it on the Ole Miss Athletics website. Ole Miss women's basketball alumni Madison Scott signed a season-long contract with the Washington Mystics, the team announced on Thursday. Scott was the 14th overall pick during the 2025 draft and has played 15 minutes in the WNBA, scoring a total of 10 points. She also earned a spot on the 2025 All-SEC second team and was awarded the 2025 Gillum Trophy, recognizing her as the best women's basketball player in Mississippi. The Mystics take on New York Liberty tomorrow night, marking their final game of the 2025 season after being eliminated from playoff contention. And that's all I've got for sports. Keep up with us on our socials and tune in tomorrow for more sports updates. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Here's your challenge. How many riders in green jump the ramps? Go. Five riders in green jumped the ramps. But did you notice the unicyclist? How about the hidden message? Did you see that? Did you notice the man dropping the suspicious backpack? Your next challenge, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Rep.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of Hotty Toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. New federal regulations from the Trump administration can now be seen in effect here on campus. NewsWatch reporter Tanisa Ringo has the full story.
Many students at the University of Mississippi are in a state of confusion and disappointment due to a state law that's forcing the university to stop giving money to student organizations. Passed by Mississippi legislature in April, House Bill 1193 bans diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in Mississippi public schools and universities. Ole Miss announced August 29th that there will be changes to the student activity funding process, according to Provost Noel Wilkin. Sarah Edgecombe says she was disappointed to hear the news.
I actually got someone forwarded an email saying that we were not getting any funding at all, so that's really disappointing.
Edgecombe is the president of the Younger Chemist Committee, a graduate student organization.
ASB and the SAF money was really good for us because it was like a way we could get funding without having to struggle to raise it in the first place.
UMNAACP Second Vice President Hannah Olive says the exec board was shocked at first, but has begun brainstorming for the semester.
We weren't as scared because we know that we could come together as a team and get things done, but that was our cushion for a lot of events.
The university has not offered further updates since the announcement's release, but student organizations are hopeful for good news. This is Tanisa Ringo, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Now I'm going to hand it over to anchor Fatih Bhatt for your White House update.
Earlier today, during a visit to the Museum of the Bible, Donald Trump announced that he plans to issue new guidance on prayer in schools. This stems from a recent incident in Texas where a student was prevented from organizing a group prayer session on school grounds. The president also announced that a new initiative aimed at getting people to dedicate time to pray for the country will be announced soon. This will be tied to the celebration of the 250th anniversary of America's founding date. It has officially been a month since the president deployed the National Guard in Washington, D.C., and now Trump says he has similar ideas to deploy troops in other cities like Chicago. After a string of immigration raids this weekend, White House officials are looking to the public to see how they react before the president makes his final call. Illinois Democrats urged the president not to send in troops, saying that it would make things worse. Instead, they're suggesting federal partnerships to hire more police officers and to reduce gun violence in the city. On Monday, jury selection will begin in the federal trial for the man accused of attempting to kill President Trump last year before the election. Prosecutors say 59-year-old Ryan South created a sniper's nest by perching a rifle through the fence of a golf club in West Palm Beach, near where Trump was golfing. South is currently facing 5 charges and has chosen to represent himself in court. That's all I have for your White House update. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Fatih. New today, the Food and Drug Administration approved large-scale human trials of pig kidney transplants. The company in charge, eGenesis, has bred their pigs and edited their genes so organs are more compatible with humans. eGenesis uses technology that allows scientists to remove the gene that would normally trigger rejection of the organ in humans. This comes after many experimental transplants in the United States, where patients with no other options have received the kidneys. And bringing things back to Oxford, as you may know, football is big here on campus, and Ole Miss is going the extra mile to help students avoid getting scammed out of game day tickets. For football tickets, the university reminded students that there is no student resale marketplace. The university also provided some helpful tips, including verifying the student you are buying the tickets from, being wary of buying tickets from unofficial platforms, and noting that screenshots will not guarantee you access into the stadium. And speaking of football, coming up, we have entertainment anchor Cassidy Rickley in the studio to give us the inside scoop on Grove fashion trends ahead of this weekend's home game against Arkansas. And learn more about an extra lucky weekend for a Powerball player in Texas. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
And just like that, she starts to grin. A special flame's been lit within. The spark of something new begins. There's something in the water. On her own, she's in the zone. Determination can't be thrown. Resilience building in her bones. There's something in the water. With her gator on and her waders on, she can tackle anything till dawn. There must be something in the water. On and off the boat she flies. The sky's the limit. She's soaring high. She's a force of nature on the rise. There's something in the water.
Just try one. If you don't like it, it's easy to give up.
Uh-oh, nicotine. I'd better move fast. Up and away!
Go on, kid, go on.
It's Superman, is it hard to give up smoking or is it easy like nicotine says?
You no good windbag, nicotine.
No, Superman. Leave me one. Please, I need one. Just...
That's how hard it is. That's why I never say yes to a cigarette.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be worried, sad,
grumpy, angry,
stressed, weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial,
lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more,
eating less,
eating more. Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something? Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org. Awkward.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, football season, of course.
I couldn't agree more.
I'm actually not the biggest football fan, but I do love getting all dressed up for the games.
Well, entertainment anchor Cassie Rickley has a guide for how to stay on trend this upcoming game day.
You a look
lookbook for this season's game day outfits. From the second you walk in the Grove, it's like a fashion show everywhere you turn. People love to show up and show out. From matching sets, dresses, accessories, game day pins, and the shoes, everyone just looks their best. Since the heat is still at its peak, I do suggest wearing something light or flowy so you don't get too hot underneath the stadium lights. Long maxi dresses are a common trend, but sometimes I like to spice things up a little bit and wear a matching set or even denim. And of course, we cannot forget about the shoes. I like to swap out sneakers or sandals for a boot to elevate any look. You can keep it simple, or you can tie in some ribbon and add some extra detail. And finally, you cannot go to the Grove without a pin. Game day pins are a great way to show school spirit, and it's such an added plus that they could be such a cute addition to any outfit. Regardless if it's a night or day game, these are my favorite trends to wear, so make sure you are all set, especially for this upcoming home game against Arkansas. Tune in next week for more fashion, and as always, hotty toddy. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, for the upcoming game day, I'm wearing my powder blue dress and my white cowboy boots. What about you guys?
Striped dress, because I thought that's what I meant when it said striped out.
Don't know. I'm getting my outfit on Friday, I guess.
You guys are lucky you're actually going to the game because I can't. But if I was going to the game, I'd probably wear a suit. Just like right now. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sounds real comfortable.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight. I'm Fatima.
And I'm Lisa Booker with your latest news.
And I'm Dennis Kaya with Stormwatch.
And with Sports Watch, I'm Macy Ivy.
Thank you for watching NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Good night.
Is that it?